they called my dad. Routine, same thing. But this time they had me boxed off from 3 tables, and they were saying I was holding a preschool hostage. And my dad told me this a couple of months ago, and I was like, how in the world am I holding it hostage? I'm only 3 years old. He looked at me, he said, Manny, you was crazy. You was crazy. Whenever I was younger, I dealt with a lot of anger, and I felt like every single time somebody did me wrong, or I felt like I was being mistreated, it's like I had to let you know that I had to let you know I was angry. So whenever I was younger, I used to bully a lot of people because I was just angry. I don't know why, I was just that way. And whenever I was in preschool, I got kicked out of 3 preschools, and I went to this preschool called God's Promises in Thibodeau. Thank God for them, because that was the only preschool that would let me stay even though I get in trouble every single day. I don't know, my mom went on a 30-day fast. She was praying her heart out. Thank God for her, because her prayers really helped. When I got to go to Home of Christian, I was in the 2nd grade. I had like 19 office referrals, and at the time Mr. Carl was the principal, so he was a big disciplinarian, and he said I had to go, so I got expelled in the 2nd grade, and I went to Mulberry. So the year after that, I got accepted back into Home of Christian, and that summer I was watching Daystar, and Miss Joni, I forgot her husband's name, but she was talking about hell and how it is real and how it's a reality, and if I don't have forgiveness in my heart, God won't forgive me also. So I kind of created a fear in me. And when my parents were, I asked my parents what it was, and they said it's eternal life away from God. At the time, all I knew was God, so I asked them, what can I do not to go there? And they said you have to be saved, and I got saved. And that day after, I wasn't angry anymore. I mean, I still get angry and overreact sometimes, but in terms of getting angry every single day, that's not there anymore. A lot of times because I play basketball for Home of Christian, and I play AAU, it's like travel basketball. So every time I would get a traveling call on me, or a carry, or a foul out, and I turn the ball over, and it would do something to hurt the team, and my dad would be screaming at me, I just wanted to launch the ball, because every time I mess up, I felt like the whole world was coming down on my shoulders. But God told me, he said, Manny, life is too short to be getting angry. He said, you have your whole life ahead of you. And my dad always told me, he said, where you are now is not where you're going to be later on in your lifetime. And basketball is not everything. And during the Home Christian season, my 8th grade year, when I first started playing varsity, he threatened to take me off the basketball team because it was wrecking my spiritual life. And I was like, what? I was like, are you serious? He was like, yes. He said, basketball is not everything. You are not on this earth just to play basketball. Basketball is not your life. He said, you're on this earth to praise Jesus and serve Jesus. I use my experiences whenever my teammates struggle that are Christians, because a lot of my teammates aren't Christians, so I try to preach to them sometimes. I don't know, I just can't hold it in. I have to let it out somehow. I do get nervous because like sometimes I speak in front of big crowds, but if it's like one-on-one or talking to 2 or 3 people, sometimes I just scream because I just have this fire for Jesus that he's put in me. What's the point of having all that word in me that God's put in me for no reason, just to keep it inside of me? So I use it to help other people.